You clear security, the cabin door shuts, the seatbelt clicks, and the aircraft settles into silence. From your row, everything feels normal, even boring. But up front, a very different process is underway. Flight attendants aren't just serving drinks or smiling on cue. They're watching. Trained to handle chaos, delays, and difficult passengers, they quietly track the behaviors that make a flight smooth, and the ones that instantly raise red flags. They won't confront you, they won't warn you, but those small actions are noticed, remembered, and can quietly affect how your flight unfolds. In this video, we reveal 10 common passenger behaviors flight attendants secretly hate, and why avoiding them can spare you embarrassment, tension, and problems you never saw coming at 35,000 feet. Airplane number 1, the pre-boarding bathroom run. Imagine boarding moving steadily, aisles full of luggage and tired travelers scrolling on their phones. Out of nowhere, one passenger bolts toward the lavatory as if an emergency just popped up. It looks harmless, but the crew is instantly on alert. Modern boarding is tightly coordinated, with digital tracking keeping tabs on every passenger and aisle flow. When someone slips away mid-boarding, the line slows, boarding software updates registers a pause, and even a small delay can ripple through the entire departure plan. Rules still prevent planes from taxiing with passengers out of their seats, and crews are multitasking, cleaning, restocking, and running last-minute safety checks in real time. While you're inside that tiny stall, the whole aircraft, 180 passengers, 2 pilots, and the crew, is essentially on pause. What you don't see is that lavatories are part of the operational workflow, and disrupting them can delay everything from luggage loading to departure clearance. So do yourself and everyone else a favor. Use the terminal restroom before boarding. It's bigger, cleaner, and won't make you the unspoken villain of the flight. Because the worst turbulence isn't in the air, it's in the boarding process. Airplane number 2, the overhead bin hoggers. You've seen them, boarding lines inching forward like a sluggish snake, and just when you think you're about to reach your row, someone stops dead in the aisle. They've got a roller bag, a backpack that could double as carry-on luggage for 2 people, a duty-free bag swinging wildly, and a neck pillow clinging like it's part of the luggage. Without a hint of hesitation, they cram everything into the first overhead bin they spot, even if their seat is 10 rows back. To a casual passenger, it looks messy. To a flight attendant, it's a logistical headache. Overhead bins aren't just first come, first served. They're carefully managed storage zones. When one person hoards space, the rest of the cabin becomes a chain reaction of frustration. Crew members scramble to play luggage Tetris, shifting, rearranging, and squeezing bags while the boarding clock ticks and passengers grumble. And here's what most travelers forget. Every delay on the ground costs the airline money and impacts crew performance scores, not the passenger who wanted their snacks in prime real estate. Want to earn crew respect? Keep it simple, 1 carry-on, 1 personal item, and always use the space under the seat before claiming the bins. And for everyone's sanity, store your bag above your own seat, not someone else's. Nothing makes a flight attendant smile more than a passenger who treats shared space like it really is shared. Airplane number 3, strong smells at 35,000 feet. You finally settled in, seat reclined, screen on, lights dimmed, and then it hits. Not turbulence, not jet fuel, but something far worse, a wall of odor. Spicy takeout, tuna sandwiches, overworked sneakers, or perfume strong enough to trigger an alert. In a pressurized cabin, 35,000 feet up, smells travel faster than anyone can swipe through streaming options. One passenger's snack, perfume, or forgotten gym shoes can turn the air into everyone's problem. Flight attendants won't call it out, they have to stay professional. But behind that polite smile, they're silently calculating how long it will take for the ventilation system to dilute the chaos. Here's the reality. Modern aircraft recycle and filter cabin air, but nothing fully contains a pungent aroma. What you open, unwrap, or spray doesn't stay with you. It's a shared experience for 200 strangers. So if your lunch could clear a conference room, it probably shouldn't be in the cabin. Keep snacks neutral, shoes on unless socks are fresher than the cabin coffee, and tone down strong fragrances before boarding, because nothing turns a calm flight into a collective nightmare faster than one passenger making row 14 feel like a pop-up food court. Airplane number 4, the headphone zombies. The cabin is quiet, screens flickering, movies rolling. You're deep in your in-flight escape. Maybe a thriller, maybe a nap, maybe pretending the rest of the plane doesn't exist. Then a shadow appears over your tray table. A flight attendant leans in with that practiced smile. Coffee or tea? And you don't respond. Noise-canceling earbuds make the world vanish. What follows is a silent pantomime. Waving hands, awkward pointing, the classic tap on the shoulder. Behind you, the service cart is stuck, the aisle blocked, and dozens of passengers are delayed because one person couldn't pause Netflix for 5 seconds. Here's what most travelers forget. Those small interactions matter. Modern crews are on tight schedules, using handheld devices to track meal service, timing, and passenger preferences. When someone zones out completely, it disrupts the rhythm of the entire cabin. No one's asking for a conversation, just a moment of awareness. One glance up, one earbud removed, a simple "yes, please." Smooth, efficient. You get your drink warm or cold, they keep their pace, everyone wins. So the next time the cart comes by, don't act invisible. The fastest way to better service is to remember that the people serving you are real and their time matters. Airplane number 5, seat switchers without asking. You've seen it, that holy grail of air travel, an empty row, 3 untouched seats calling your name. Your brain lights up like you just hit the upgrade jackpot. So you flag down a flight attendant and whisper the magic words. Mind if I move? Harmless, right? Not quite. To the untrained eye, switching seats seems innocent, but to the crew, it's a silent logistical headache. Every seat is part of a carefully calculated plan. Weight distribution, service flow, and passenger tracking all depend on it. Move enough passengers around, and it can affect everything from how the aircraft handles takeoff and landing to meal service efficiency. On smaller planes, improper distribution can even trigger alerts in the onboard systems. Then there's the paperwork, the passenger count, and the social domino effect. One moves, and suddenly 5 more want to do the same. It escalates fast. So when you swap seats without asking, it's not just a number change. You're disrupting the flow and forcing the crew to choose between enforcing rules or being the bad guy. The safest move is decide your seat at check-in, and once on board, treat it like your personal kingdom. Changing mid-flight might look clever on Instagram, but in reality, it creates tension in the cabin, slows service, and makes a few enemies along the way.
Number 6. Ignoring the seatbelt sign. The seatbelt sign dings, a gentle reminder that says, "Sit down, stay safe." And yet, like clockwork, someone decides it's the perfect time to stand, rummage through the overhead bin, or wrestle with a jacket, snack, or even their charging cable. To the crew, it's a walking accident waiting to happen. Turbulence isn't polite. It hits suddenly and unpredictably. One wrong step and that passenger can turn into a human bowling ball, colliding with carts, other passengers, or even themselves. Modern crews are trained to anticipate these moments, and planes today have advanced sensors that log turbulence events to improve safety and alert systems in real time. That's why attendants often remain strapped in, shouting over the engines, urging everyone else to do the same. And yet, some passengers still roll their eyes as if gravity is negotiable. Here's the reality. The seatbelt sign is not a suggestion, it's a survival tool. When it's on, stay seated. When it's off, move quickly, then buckle back in. Up here, physics always wins, and the last place you want to test it is 35,000 feet above the ground, coffee or phone in hand. Number 7. The call button abusers. You're mid-flight, maybe thirsty, maybe a little bored, and suddenly that little button above your seat looks like magic. Press it once, then twice, maybe even 3 times as if your snack needs urgent attention. Some passengers treat it like a genie lamp. Need water? Press. Need a napkin? Press. Want to ask when we land or get life advice? Press, press, press. What many don't realize is that every time that light goes on, a flight attendant must pause, check your seat, and decide whether it's a real emergency or just another "I can't find my charger" moment. To the crew, it's not cute, it's chaos. They're juggling hundreds of passengers, service carts, safety checks, and occasional turbulence, all while trying to avoid spilling hot coffee. Use the button only when you truly need something: dizziness, illness, or a real emergency. For a second round of pretzels or a minor request, wait for regular service. The call button isn't your personal concierge, it's an emergency line at 35,000 feet. Use it sparingly, wisely, and only when it matters. Overuse it, and you've just become the in-flight equivalent of spam. Number 8. The mealtime philosophers. You've been staring at the menu for what feels like an hour, maybe even snapped a photo for social media. Finally, the cart rolls up, the flight attendant smiles, ready to serve, and that's when you decide now is the perfect time to start thinking. Chicken or pasta? What sauce comes with it? Do you have anything else? That deep sigh you just heard wasn't the engines, it was the crew's patience quietly evaporating. In-flight meal service is a carefully timed operation. The faster it moves, the better everyone eats. One slow decision jams the whole system. While you're weighing your options, the tray line behind you freezes, aisles are blocked, and drinks are warming by the second. Here's the truth. There's no secret upgrade in the galley, no hidden menu, just two choices, and both are airplane food. The smart move? Decide quickly, or hand over your tray with a smile and say, "Surprise me." Instantly, you earn quiet respect from the crew, because nothing kills efficiency faster than one passenger turning dinner into a TED Talk. Number 9. The meal cart complainers. It happens on every flight. The moment the cart starts rolling, calm travelers turn into hungry gladiators, guarding their dinner choices like treasure. You can see it building. Someone leans out of their seat to check if the chicken is still available. Another whispers, "They're out of pasta already," like it's a personal betrayal. By the time the attendant reaches your row with just one option left, the glares could freeze lava. Here's the reality. Airlines load a fixed number of each meal. It's basic math. If 12 people ahead of you wanted chicken, being number 13 doesn't mean sabotage, it means logistics. Getting upset won't magically create more. And while we're at it, meal service isn't the time to stretch in the aisle, play with your child, or dig through your bag for gum. Those carts weigh over 250 pounds and don't steer like Teslas. One collision and both parties pay the price. Then comes the tray drama. Some passengers hand back used trays while others are still being served, piling them mid-service. It seems helpful, but it's not. You've just disrupted a clean zone. The rule is simple. Wait your turn, respect the process, and trust that your crew has done this hundreds of times before. They're not your enemies. They're your dinner delivery team at 35,000 feet, and the faster you let them work, the faster everyone eats. Number 10. The seat pocket trash collectors. You've finished your meal, the trash bag is making its way down the aisle, but instead of handing over your wrappers, you do what too many passengers do. Shove everything into the seat pocket like it's your personal dumpster. Crumbs, napkins, empty cups, sticky stir sticks. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Except someone will see it. The next passenger, or worse, the flight attendant trying to turn the plane around for another flight in under 30 minutes. That pocket you treated like a mini landfill, someone's going to reach in with bare hands. Here's the part people forget. Cleaning crews don't have hours on quick turnarounds, and attendants often have to tidy those pockets themselves. After 3 flights in a row, it's not just exhausting, it's demoralizing. So next time you see that trash bag, hand your garbage over. Don't wait, don't pretend to sleep, and don't leave a crime scene of crumbs. You don't have to scrub the cabin, just don't treat it like a public dumpster. The golden rule of flying is simple. Leave your seat the way you found it. Nothing annoys a crew more than the passenger who leaves a mess, especially when they have to deal with it before the next takeoff. Now you know the unspoken rules of flying, the habits crews quietly hate but never call out. A little awareness goes a long way, and every beep, reminder, or perfectly packed overhead bin has a reason. Fly smart, be considerate, and whatever you do, maybe skip the extra garlic sandwich at 35,000 feet.